This is the top 5 worst Premier League footballers ever. We're going to start at number 5, it seems to make sense, with our very own Manchester United's Bebe. He used to be homeless. If that's not enough for it, he used to be homeless. Alex Ferguson had never seen him before. We paid over £7 million for him. He's barely been in our first team. He's gone out on loan 3 times. And at the minute he's where he belongs in the second tier of Portuguese football. Just not good enough. At number 4, we've got Adi Akinbaye, or Akinbadbaye as he was nicknamed. He was bought as a like-for-like replacement for Emile Heskey, and guess what? He was even worse. He had 58 appearances for Leicester in which he scored 11 goals, and in his time there, Leicester were relegated. You could see the utter disbelief on his face whenever he scored. He didn't know what he was doing. He was a moron. At number 3, we've got Bruno Shirou. Not only did he play for Liverpool, but he was a complete mess. He was brought in by Gerard Houllier. He was dubbed as the next Zinedine Zidane, but he didn't even have the skill to tie Zidane's shoelaces. He didn't even have the skill to do his Velcro shoes, if he ever wore Velcro shoes. He only had 17 league starts, and then he eventually disappeared into the French league, where he was never seen again. And good riddance. Stay out. In at number 2, we've got the blundering, pineapple-headed plonker, Jason Lee. Some of you might not remember Jason Lee, but he played for Nottingham Forest. Some of you might not remember when Nottingham Forest were in the Premiership, but they were. Jason Lee blamed Baddiel and Skinner, and some of you might not remember Baddiel and Skinner. Basically, he's an old player, and he was a sack of... He wasn't very good. He's a bit of a journeyman. He's played for 16 clubs, including Falkirk. If you used to be in the Premier League and you end up at Falkirk, you're doing something wrong. And you were doing something wrong, Jason. In at number 1, in the worst Premiership footballers ever, it's the man, the myth, the legend, Ali Dyer. Now, it's quite a complicated story. Ali was playing for Blythe Spartans, whoever they are, not a good team, when Graham Souness received a phone call from a man pretending to be George Weah, claiming that his cousin, which it wasn't even his cousin, Ali Dyer, was a brilliant footballer. Souness signed him up. He was subbed on after 20 minutes, subbed off for being inconceivably awful. He ended up being at Gateshead in the conference, where he couldn't even establish himself in the side there. It was a practical joke gone too far. He may be the worst Premier League footballer ever, but he's an absolute legend, Ali Dyer. So, what do you think to the list? There's probably going to be a bit of disagreement. Some of you thinking other people deserve to be in the list. Maybe we've been a bit too harsh. There's no disagreement with Ali Dyer. He's number 1. Just forget about that. But leave your comments below and let us know who you think should be in the top 5 worst Premier League footballers ever. And make sure you subscribe to Full Time Devils.